Size 10 feet, hearing that bitch rumble through the street.
She's like, I don't know how I got caught. I was tiptoeing. Bam, bam. Neighbors 5 doors down were complaining about the noise. I was tiptoeing. Oh, wait a minute. I was scared to say I thought she was going to kick my ass. She's like, oh, I am. Don't think just because I'm laughing, I'm not going to.
See you soon.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my Lord.
Your next comic coming to the stage. Please put your hands together for Rose Nicolle.
All right. Yay, Rose. Yay.
So the answer to talking shit about an ex, when you don't want to use his name, is to give him a nickname. Like, I've got one ex named Retardo.
Oh, yes.
I got another ex, actually he's not my ex, but let's pretend like he is, and his name is that dumb English guy that thinks he's Irish.
Oh, bitch. Yes.
There's a lot of them, but so what I wanted to talk about tonight was actually, well, that and that. Fuck, I don't know where to start. I want to talk about traveling, because we're comedians here. We love to travel. Am I right?
Yeah.
And when you're traveling, you have a lot of weird-ass shit happen to you. Like, a couple years back, I was in Death Valley, and it was 7 a.m., and I think it's very important that you keep in mind that it was 7 a.m. And so I had to go to the bathroom, so I go in to the women's bathroom at the Death Valley Resort, which is like right in the middle of Death Valley. 7 a.m., and there's 4 stalls, and I want to go to the big stall, which is on the end. So I go to the big stall, it's locked. I kind of peek under, there's no fucking feet under there. It's just locked with no one in it. And my brain's starting to wake up and hear what's happening in the bathroom. The second stall is locked, and there's a woman in it just humming. The third stall's locked, and the woman in it is spinning the empty toilet roll, just spinning it the whole time. And I'm starting to get a little weirded out, like I don't know if I want to wait for one of these women to get out. I go to the 4th stall, and I push the door, and it hits the back of a woman who's standing in there staring down at the toilet bowl. And at that point, I was like, fuck it, I'm not waiting for anyone to get out of these stalls. I gotta go. Another time, I used to pick up hitchhikers. Another time, we picked up a hitchhiker, and I had a van, and so, there was no seat in the middle, so I sat in the middle, and the hitchhiker sat in the passenger seat. We got pulled over by the cops immediately. And the cop's like, well, you can't sit in the middle with no seatbelt. And the hitchhiker takes his seatbelt and wraps it around my neck and goes, well, we can have her wear it like this. Yeah, don't pick up hitchhikers. Another time I picked up a hitchhiker, he was actually an elderly man, and I was in Nevada. I was in the desert. And it's like 100 degrees, 102 degrees, and he's just walking down the freeway, 395, heading north. And I'm like, fuck, I'm going to pick up this old elderly man, and he's going to fucking pass out. So I get him in the car, and he tells me his destination, and I'm headed north too. His destination's about 40 miles off of where I'm headed. But he told me he was going to a Native American reservation because there was a man he met in the 70s, and that man told him that he was a medicine man, and that if he came back in 2010, that he would still be the same age that he was in the 70s. So I took that motherfucker all the way to his destination because I wanted to be the last face he saw before his dreams were smashed when he got there and met an old man. So yeah, traveling can be really weird sometimes. But dating can be really weird. I had finally met a guy. I've been single for so long that I was an agnostic tantric Buddhist, which basically just means you think your imagination is better than the real thing. And about a year in, I switched hands. And I met a guy, we started dating, I thought it was going really well, but then he disrespected me. And so I sent him a text and I said, I'm going to make you pay. But autocorrect changed it to, I'm going to make you pee. So he received a text, and if you threaten me, I will make you pee. I'm like, that works too, I guess. I'm going to make you pay and pee. And the reason why I say he put my safety in danger is because he was willing to wear a mask, but he wasn't willing to wear a condom. So yeah, we're not going anywhere with that attitude. So basically, I'm an agnostic tantric Buddhist again because I was right, my imagination is better than the real thing. And I did not practice anything tonight because I wanted to come up here and see what would it be like if I just winged it, yeah. Because, I do a lot of joking during karaoke, and I wing it then, and I never have any problem making people laugh. So I was like, fuck, I really want to carry that over into comedy. And now I'm going to fall back on an old joke, which is, of course, fun. One of my favorite jokes, probably my most favorite joke. And that is, why I started doing comedy. I started doing comedy because in 2020 I couldn't do karaoke, and I started going to live streams of comedians, and I could get the comedians' attention, and they would laugh at all my jokes. So I was like, oh, this is fucking great. I'm going to be a comedian's comedian, which basically just gets you ready to do comedy in Sacramento. But there was one comedian, and he was very staunch about abolish the police or reform the police. But I heckled him so hard that he threatened to call the cops on me. And that really just, for some reason, gave me this great idea for a bucket item. I had this comedian hating on me so hard, and I always accomplish my goals really quickly, and I'm always looking for one goal I can put on my bucket list that's going to stay there for a while. And I finally realized, I'll put date a comedian on there. That'll stick. Because everyone knows comedians are perpetually single. And I found that to be true. I did try to date a comedian, and he's also a surfer. And it didn't work out because he had absolutely no sense of humor. So I finally had to tell him, if you don't like my jokes, you ain't my folks. And after we had a bad falling out and went no contact, I started surfing. Not because I thought it was going to win him back, but because if you can't have a man, take his sport. And his job. And, I remember the other joke I wanted to tell, so we're going to go way off the rails now. So I saw today on the news that Biden actually chose his 2 turkeys that he's going to excuse for Thanksgiving. And now there's a lot of conspiracy out about Biden and his role in the police and his history with the police. And there's even some people that say that Biden is a white supremacist. Well, those 2 turkeys, and I'm a fucking ecologist, okay? I bird for a living. Those 2 turkeys are completely white. Their feathers are totally white. I've never even seen turkeys like that before. So, to me, that just buys right into the conspiracies about him. And so now that I've got you thinking that Biden is racist, I'll go ahead and leave it there. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny.